this week we're going to Zentangle. Does that sound interesting?
That sounds very interesting.
It is.
Zentangle was actually developed by Rick Roberts and Maria Thomas.
Yes.
And it's a way to turn your doodles into real pieces of art.
And I've been told by Susan Cobb, one of our designers, that it's very relaxing. She really has enjoyed doing some of these.
Mm-hmm.
So
they have a unique look.
They do have a very unique look. So come play with us. Now, it is based on a book, which I love because it gives us directions.
Very easy to follow.
And you can see on the cover there's some, but we're going to just flip inside and just show you some of the art. It's nice to have the inspiration. And this is this
really easy step-by-step images for you to follow and how to do each Zentangle.
And then just lots of them. So once you learn the process, you can just go wild.
Yes.
And what I also really appreciate is some ways to use it. And of course, that's why you're watching the webisode, but to get some examples of how to use them.
And even how to use color with them.
Yes, very, very nice. And then I really love, so there's scrapbook pages in here, and then I really love this collage piece with the art there and the flowers. So lots of inspiration for you, but let's see what we're going to do. The very first card that we did was done with this ginkgo template from our friends at Crafters Workshop, and what I like about it is it gave a shape to our art. Okay, and so you can see as we get in close that all the different doodles, so we're going to be talking about doodles, we're going to be talking about art, so whichever piece of information you're more comfortable with, whatever label. But this was just done on cardstock, and it's just so pretty. Susan put a little hello tag at the side.
All the different patterns that are combined together to create that unique look.
Very, very neat. So, okay, Anne, show us what you're going to do.
I just have a couple examples of Zentangles. Basically, you can start with a square and make a shape around it. You can start with a shape and patterns inside. And here's another shape. I've half done it. It's a butterfly from the 15 Butterflies and Dragonflies template.
So here's the template, and just to give you an idea, lots of different sizes, so that helps.
Lots of variety. And basically, I'm going to just
go in really,
draw.
Now, part of this is to use a very thin tipped pen. This is a 0.01 micron pen, so that's really important to do this.
So you can draw just basic sections. You don't have to go with what I'm doing, but...
Now, you're not trying to make this as much butterfly, or are you at this point?
It's going to be an artistic butterfly.
Very good. Nice save there, Anne. Okay.
So I actually need the book because I'm going to follow one of the patterns in it.
Okay. So you can pick out something you like?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to do this pattern.
The dots?
Yes. This is called space.
Okay.
Which is what I did on the other side. So it says to make the circles. And basically each section is going to have its own pattern.
Okay.
And that's the concept behind it. And then I'm going to make some darkened areas on the circles.
Okay, so you're just kind of giving it a shading.
Like a little moon. And then add some smaller circles around them.
Okay.
And once you do this for a while, you kind of get in the zone. It is relaxing because it allows you to focus and relax at the same time.
And you know, sometimes when you have a block to doing something, you know, maybe a card isn't working right, if you can remove yourself from it, maybe do some Zentangles here, that can let your mind work on it.
That's a great idea. So I filled in that space, and then for each of the other spaces, I would just choose a different pattern and go with that. So that's really how simple it is.
Now here is another butterfly, and in this case they were cut out, and then the Zentangles were put on it, and then it was layered, as you can see.
In this case, she's chosen to just do one pattern per wing. So you can really, there's so many different options.
And she's also done some along the border, so that's a nice idea.
She's got some tiny pen work Here, looks like little faux stitching.
Looks like it. And then inside, another border and another butterfly. And in this case, let's get in really close. She chose to do the tangles inside the areas of the butterfly. Yeah.
And those areas are on the template too, so that's easy to follow.
Very nice. Now, speaking of color, we have a beautiful one. This is great fun.
That's my favorite.
Is that your favorite? This is using the 25 Hearts template, so that gives you lots of opportunities.
Yeah, so our templates are really helpful for you to put your Zentangles in.
It's very nice. Now, this was done as, I think you can see, the paper, it was done on pattern paper.
Yeah, that's part of the Serendipity collection.
I like that. So then all the black and white art pen work was done, and you can see that Susan did this long, kind of fern-like. And
yes.
Very
That's one of the fun tangles. They have lots of kind of leaves.
Do they?
Leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these have been colored in with what?
With smooch inks.
Aha.
And we have brand new colors.
Okay.
All very vibrant. So these are really, really cool because of their fine tip and their metallic sheen.
Yes.
So you can really get into those tiny, tiny details with that little tip. Like she's colored in those tiny little spaces on the zigzags.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then as I move this, I'm hoping you can see that sheen, and that's something else that the smooch ink does.
Inks, yeah, they're pearlescent. I can see the leaves glowing.
Very pretty. And so she's added that, and then on the inside she's done a simpler version of one of the hearts.
Very cute.
Very, very nice.
You know what else you could do with this is frame it and put it on your wall.
You really could. You really could. They're very frame worthy.
Yes, they are. They're works of art.
Now, we have a scrapbook page, and we showed that in the book, but this one has a variety of things, so I just kind of want to walk you through this. We'll first look at this scallop frame, and that was done with the scallop frame template, not surprisingly.
One of the most versatile templates ever.
But I want to show you, Susan did this on vellum, and I just want to lift this up.
Oh, yes.
And I think that is just striking.
It is, and she's actually used these new chalk pencils to fill them in with color.
You know, and I wouldn't really have thought about that on vellum.
Yeah, and she kind of moved it around, I think with a Q-tip or something, to kind of fill in the areas.
Very nice. Now she also has some blossoms, and these are layered, and this is in our 20 blossoms template, and so there's just a lot of, these are more typically flatter blossoms.
Yeah, but when you layer it, it's really cool to get the 3D effect in addition to the Zentangle effect.
I really like that.
So it's kind of like you're being hypnotized by the thought.
It's great. Now there again, where the first tangles that we were showing, each was a different one, but in this case, Susan did each of the flowers.
The same, and she matted each of the vellum pieces onto cardstock behind it.
I didn't realize that those were vellum too.
Yeah.
Now look what she's done around the mat of the photograph. So going down here.
There's a lot going on here.
There is a lot going on. We're not done
More
yet.
than meets the eye.
Now look down here, and so she's done another of the scallop frames, but look at that monogram.
Oh my goodness.
And I am let's back up just a little bit so we can really see. I just think that is gorgeous.
That is gorgeous. That's a great idea to Zentangle on a letter.
Right, and so this is the pastel monograms. There's chocolate monograms and bright and so forth. But
whatever color you want.
Oh, I just think that is a wonderful idea. I love that she's done friends. So
that really dresses up the letter too.
Does it?
Makes it a lot more fancy.
And then she's done another little flower right there.
Love that
so
look.
That's very, very neat. Now, going down into some ornaments. Okay, so we're going to go really tiny. And look at that bird.
Aww.
I think that's so, and this is not surprisingly out of the Little Birdies template.
Birdies.
But she's done, in this case, white pen.
Oh yeah.
And she's done it, and she's done an outline around it. But
so yeah, you can Zentangle with all sorts of pens.
You can. And let's see, let's get a close-up of a couple of others. We've got some enlargements that we did out of some that we found. So this is with silver metallic pen, and here's with silver and gold.
Oh,
Isn't that striking? And then here's with white, and you just saw it on the bird. And this is with a color. So very fun. And then mixing colors.
Now these are all on white paper, but you could also vary the color of the paper.
You're right.
And even do it on pattern paper.
Well, as a matter of fact, here it is on some colored paper. So this is the Sarah Surface little purse. And then look at the handle.
Oh, wow.
So that was done on paper and then trimmed to fit. Look at the border down there. Isn't that fun and striking? And the flower.
The flower, of
The
course.
flower, Anne. So this has been done out of the 3D flowers.
3D flowers.
And what do you have?
I just have a piece of the rose. I think she did a full rose and changed her mind and cut it short.
Okay.
But so you would just Zentangle on the flat piece before you roll the rose.
Yes.
Yeah, so because you can't really
No, you can't.
Zentangle on it, but that's just a little example of what she's done.
And then you just roll that up. But look, she's just kind of accented the leaf also.
That is so cute and unique.
And I don't know if we need to have a warning that this could be addictive, but that's not a bad thing in our world.
It's not a bad thing.